So let's go ahead and talk about this drama, right? So I don't even want to consider this drama because it actually affects the FGC overall. Like, not just like one scene in particular, one region. It's literally affecting the entire community. Like, this is actually the biggest news and possibly one of the worst news that we've had in a while. Like, this week for the FGC has been rough. Like, first Bums tournament situation, and now this. Like, this is definitely a rough week. But so for those that don't know, Team Spooky, one of the greatest TOs, one of the greatest like pioneers in the FGC, has announced that his NLBC online tournament series has been ending. So for those that don't know, it's a series of tournaments that he's ran since the pandemic started, like back in 2020. So it's legit been 2 years, and this guy Spooky has been running tournaments for like the biggest games out right now, like legit Street Fighter, Dragon Ball, Grand Blue Versus, Melty, Guilty Gear, now KOF, like a bunch of tournaments. And just for him to end that all tournaments is really rough. Like, it's pretty sad. Now, he did make a statement as to why he's ending, so we're not going to read all of it, but we are going to read some of the most important parts, which is why this whole situation is happening. So LOL, thank you for supporting 108 weeks of Next Level Battle Circuit Online Edition. As of today, I'll be discontinuing my series of weekly online events. Of course, Golden Sen, NYC Furby will be trying their best to return players to offline events, so please support Next Level, which was my original intent with the series. Now, this next part is, it kind of gives us an idea of what exactly are the reasons why he's ending. But basically, this part, I'm not going to go too into deep. But basically, a lot of people have been having issues with Team Spooky and the way he runs tournaments, which he addresses some in this post here. So it basically goes, some people are having issues as to, you know, why certain players get to play in some of the events while others can't, primarily being Texas. Like, for those that don't know, for NLBC, Street Fighter, Dragon Ball, and I think Grand Blue, basically the games with no rollback or good rollback, Texas, if you're from Texas, you cannot participate because the connection is just gonna be rough, except if you're these two specific players for Street Fighter 5. I think it was Brian F and Twisted Rivera. Basically, they get a pass. So that kind of irked a lot of people from Texas the wrong way. A couple of people from the Texas scene kind of spoke out about it and just said their bad experience with, like, favoritism, as well as getting, you know, some rude responses from the TOs that run NLBC online. Others include personal experiences, I would describe, like some DQs, some you know, kind of like harassment in a way, like just a bunch of issues like that. So because of all of this, plus being burnt out because the guy runs 6 tournaments, it's over. No one gets to run anything. This is, I think, the last week of NLBC. I think it's the last tournament either sometime this week, but this is it. No more NLBC. And oh my god, bro, that is tough. Like, legit is, like, I cannot stress this enough to say this is some of the worst news that we've had in the FGC overall. For this, from the start of the pandemic, everyone has just been like hounding at these online tournaments. Like, for a lot of us that, you know, might not be able to go to a local because it's either, you know, there's no local around their area, or COVID restrictions, or just, you know, you personally don't want to go into like a crowded space because of COVID. Like, this is the way that you get your competition if you're trying to grind, trying to be better and get that tournament experience, is just to do it online. I know everyone hates online tournaments. I'm not a fan of them either, but like the way that we are right now, like, you know, we need online tournaments, or else like there's no competition, period. And NLBC was one of the biggest ones out there, if not the biggest. Like, Spooky basically carried Grand Blue and Melty Blood. Like, he carried Grand Blue throughout the entire pandemic. Like, Grand Blue had the most unfortunate timing of not being released with rollback, and everyone's no rollback, we don't buy your game phase, and legit very beginning of the pandemic, bam, no one's playing Grand Blue. Spooky would run these tournaments every Saturday, and they would get crazy viewership. Like, legit would average 2-3K viewers for Grand Blue versus dead game. I don't know, but like, giving those smaller games exposure was always like, you know, the goal. It's like, keep the scene alive, drive competition for these games. And I'm not saying that you can't find other Grand Blue tournaments or any other online tournaments, but NLBC online was the biggest, like, and it just had so many players, probably the best competition you can get, especially for games with rollback. So I know the Texas scene in particular, I've seen some replies, I've seen some people comment. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not even taking a side here, really. I definitely understand the frustration of you being excluded from one of the biggest tournaments out right now. You know, you're trying to be competitive, you're trying to get to that next level and actually, you know, play as many people as you can, especially good people, while you yourself, you might not have a good online scene. I get it, but it's like, at the end of the day, this is Spooky's tournament. Like, if you don't like the rules, if you don't appreciate like the way that the event is run or who it's being run by, you don't have to enter. Like, you're not entitled to having a good explanation as to why you can or can't compete, or why you're being DQ'd, why are you being banned, why are you being punished, because this is a free event. Like, you don't have to compete here. You don't even have to enter. You don't even have to acknowledge this tournament at all. You can find your competition elsewhere. That's the sad part about this, is like, people are like taking sides, or trying to at least. Like, this is one of those, like, it's really not your business. Like he can make whatever rule. Like, I can start my own tournament series tomorrow, straight up. And if I put a rule saying no grappler players allowed, no people from what's it called, buttfuck Ohio allowed, like, oh well, if you play any grappler and you're from Ohio, well shit, bro. Tough luck, bro. Hopefully they treat you well somewhere else, because I don't take kindly to y'all here. So legit, and it's within my right. If you know, it might piss people off, it might make some people mad, but it's like, that's just how it is. It's not your tournament. And I definitely understand where Texas is coming from, but it's like damn, dude, it gets me kind of conflicted, because like, I don't even want to talk about this, but I feel like I have to, because now like the big target is towards Texas FGC. Like, this is literally my community. I don't claim this state. I really don't get like that whole mentality. I haven't seen it, but I know someone's gonna bring it up. It's like, oh, people are treating Texas FGC like trash. It's like, I'm the worst person to ever represent any sort of part of this state. Like, it's filled with like homophobic conservatives and anti-vax people, and the weather is also terrible, so I truly hate the state, right? But I understand the frustrations. I understand the frustrations. Like I said, Spooky puts in some situations that happen, but it's like, oh well, like, these are all personal experiences. Like, if you have a bad time at Evo, or like a publisher sponsored tournament like Dragon Ball qualifiers, or something that's officially ran by like Bandai Namco or Capcom, and you have a bad time, you're gonna complain to them. You're gonna complain to the actual companies. You have a bad time at an free online tournament that's ran by like maybe like 1 to 3 people, like, you're complaining to those people in general. It's like, oh well, dude, like, it's an online tournament. First of all, it's free, and it's their tournament. Like, if you have an issue, you have to start your own. And I really hope now that NLBC Online is done for the time being, if not ever, hopefully that drives numbers back to offline NLBC, because that's a tournament series I've watched for years. Like, this is why it really hurts seeing Spooky like being in a rut, because like, dude, this guy is my inspiration, straight up. Just alongside like with Max and all the other guys, like, Spooky's the GOAT. Like, straight up. And like I said, hopefully this drives some sort of energy with like everyone, especially people from Texas. Like, yo, let's go ahead and make our own thing. Who knows? It might be me. Although I might be on my Cody Rhodes vibes. Like, the FGC has more than one royal family vibes. I might be on my Cody Rhodes vibes. Who knows? Keep this video saved. I don't know. I might surprise y'all, but it's just sad news. And like I said, I just wanted to talk about it, just because I really need y'all to understand that. Appreciate your TOs. Like, if you're a person that enjoys watching tournaments, attending them, competing in them, being a TO, a tournament organizer, is one of the worst jobs I could possibly think of. You have to manage a bunch of sweaty, ungrateful nerds and just herd them into like running a smooth ass tournament. And a lot of times they're not even thanked for it. So this is a big shout out to every single TO, not just in, you know, in the States, but like everywhere wherever a fighting game tournament is ran. It's a thankless job, but they do it because they just love doing it. They love running tournaments. They love these fighting games. And like, I mean, without them, like, do y'all really want to play online forever, bro? That's kind of cringe. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. How do y'all feel about the situation? I would love to see everyone's point of view, because like I said, everyone's coming at this with different angles. Mine is definitely kind of out there where it's like, it's not my issue. But like, please, like, don't, like, I haven't personally seen people harass, but don't talk shit to anyone involved in this situation, whether it be Spooky or one of the players that had like a bad experience. Like, this is like a private matter. It should have never been like on twitter.com, but oh well. Twitter is like brain rot for the FGC. But let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all on the next one, hopefully on a happier one. Take care.